Welcome to Sheikh Hamdan's fans official channel, the exclusive gateway where elegance meets passion, and royal stories unfold like poetry. Today's update isn't just a headline or a royal event, it's a thunderous confession wrapped in mystery and obsession. Fasten your hearts, because this one will leave your soul spinning. This is not just a love story. This is a royal storm. Today, we unveil, she is the only one I am crazy about. From the gilded halls of Dubai to the silent whispers of desert winds, there is one name that haunts Sheikh Hamdan's every thought, hers. Not a princess by birth, but by the way she walks, speaks, and steals the breath of time itself. In a world where crowns weigh heavy and tradition binds the heart, she arrived like a gust of rebellion, soft yet unstoppable. He has seen 1,000 stars, models, dignitaries, intellectuals. Yet none burned through his soul like she did. She didn't chase him, she challenged him. Her silence was louder than applause. Her glances cut deeper than a sword. And her absence? It felt like drought in the soul of a poet. She is not his weakness. She is his madness. It started subtly, a glimpse from across a crowded room, a conversation over herbal tea instead of champagne. Her eyes didn't shimmer for the cameras, but they lit fires inside him that no lens could capture. She wasn't impressed by the royal status, she saw the man beneath the crown. And he fell, hard, hopelessly, beautifully. Every poem he pens lately begins with her silhouette. Every metaphor ends at her laughter. She has become the center of his verses, the rhythm in his stride, the fire in his silence. He doesn't need approval from the world. He needs the calm that only her voice brings. He doesn't crave attention. He craves her. They say royals don't beg, but for her, he would. He'd trade thrones for whispers. He'd surrender titles for 10 seconds of realness. No one understands what she's done to him. She rewrote his rules without saying a word. She became the exception in his kingdom of expectations. He is not obsessed. He is consumed. She is not a fantasy. She is the only reality that makes sense in his golden chaos. While others try to win him with charm, she wins by simply existing. No diamond glows brighter than her unapologetic truth. No silk wraps tighter than the pull he feels toward her. Behind every smile he gives the camera, there's a storm inside, because she isn't always near. And the kingdom sees a prince. But he knows, when she's away, he is a man undone. Her laughter is a rebellion he willingly joins. Her tears? A declaration of war on his peace. She has no idea how much power she holds. They tried to match him with nobility. They spoke of alliances and legacies. But his heart whispered her name every time. She is not written in his destiny. She is his destiny rewritten. And while the world watches for announcements, he's watching her lips for another word, another look, another miracle. She's the reason he rethinks his plans. The reason he walks slower, speaks softer, writes deeper. She makes him human. Not just Sheikh Hamdan, but Hamdan. Not the prince, but the poet. Not the heir, but the man who loves and loses himself, only to find her again in dreams that taste like truth. Sometimes, he wonders if the universe plotted this madness. How else can he explain a feeling so vast, so painful, yet so perfect? She is chaos in a crownless world. She is melody in a land of duty. And he, the prince who once had everything, now needs just one thing, her. There are days he appears calm, yet inside, it's a storm season. Her absence bruises him. Her presence completes him. There's no middle. There's no maybe. She is the start and the conclusion of every tale he dares to tell. Others see her as just a woman. He sees her as the universe that finally makes sense. He writes her name in his notes, between strategies and speeches. He carves her memory between verses no one else will read. She is in every unfinished sentence. In every prayer. In every moment he lets his guard down. And when people ask what changed him, he smiles. Because how do you explain a lightning bolt to someone who's only known candlelight? He's not afraid of the scandal. Not afraid of the whispers. He's only afraid of losing her, the one soul who makes his golden world feel real. If madness is loving her beyond logic, then crown him mad. Because even with a kingdom at his feet, she is the only one he's crazy about. She didn't ask for his love, and that's exactly why she got it. While the world lined up to impress him with practiced grace and glittered promises, she stood apart, untouched by the need to belong. Her strength wasn't loud, but it shattered his defenses. She wore no mask, and yet she made him forget every face he ever knew. In her silence, he heard destiny whisper. When she walks into a room, time holds its breath. Not because she demands it, but because she owns something far rarer than beauty: presence. The kind that wraps itself around him, even when she's across the room. One look from her feels like thunder after drought. She doesn't speak to be heard, she speaks to awaken something ancient in him. He has watched her from behind glass windows and velvet curtains, wishing for a moment when he wouldn't have to hide what he feels. But loving her is not a risk, it's an inevitability. The kind that rewrites your pulse and changes your blood. She doesn't just exist in his heart, she reigns there with quiet fire. There's something wild about the way she loves, if she ever admits she does. Not the kind of love that's easy or public, but the rare kind that challenges the soul, strips away fear, and demands truth. And he's never been more ready to lose everything just to earn her yes. Because her love is not given, it's earned by kings who kneel. The palace may shine with gold, but without her, it feels hollow. He's learned that even the most precious stones mean nothing if they don't remind him of her eyes. Every corridor whispers her name now. Every empty seat feels like a story that hasn't begun. She is the missing echo in every grand hall of his life. She is not impressed by his power. He never believed in destiny, not until he met her. Now every coincidence feels scripted by fate, every moment a thread in a divine tapestry pulling them closer. It's not just love. It's fate waking up. And he finds himself thanking every delay, every twist, every broken plan that led him straight to her. She doesn't need him to rescue her, and that changes everything. Because finally, he isn't playing the hero. He's not saving her. She's saving him, from the loneliness of royalty, from the emptiness of ceremony. She is his rebellion wrapped in grace. His storm in disguise. His escape within the palace. He's built for battle, raised for diplomacy, trained for legacy. But none of that prepared him for her, for the way she makes his heartbeat louder than duty. She is not his weakness. She is the force that makes him stronger. With her, he doesn't just feel alive, he feels awake. So when the world asks why she, of all people, has captured the prince's soul, the answer is simple. She is the only one who makes him feel like he's finally come home. And in a world full of masks, castles, and protocols, that kind of love, honest, raw, unstoppable, is the only kind worth being crazy about. Sheikh Hamdan's heart beats not just with poetry, but with profound compassion, especially when it comes to women. He is a man raised by the legacy of strong women, and he carries that reverence into every encounter. His love is not performative, it's protective, nurturing, deeply intuitive. When he loves, he listens. He remembers the smallest details, the way she pauses before she speaks, the glint in her eye when she's passionate, the silence she holds when she's hurting. His presence becomes a sanctuary, not a spotlight. He is not the kind of man who demands love, he earns it. Through acts of tenderness and unshakable support, he shows that true power lies in empathy. Sheikh Hamdan doesn't just cherish a woman's beauty, he honors her mind, her spirit, her ambitions. He stands beside her, never ahead of her, and when she rises, he applauds with the full weight of his royal soul. There is no fear in him when a woman shines, only pride. In a world where men often speak over women, he listens with intention. His respect is not a performance for the public eye, it's written in his gestures, in the softness of his voice when he speaks to her, in the way he protects her peace without asking for praise. For Sheikh Hamdan, love is never about possession. It is about presence. He wants her to soar, not in his shadow, but in her own sovereign sky. His romantic nature is not loud or boastful, it's the quiet way he watches her when she isn't looking. It's the handwritten notes left behind when duty calls him away. It's the warm tea he prepares when she's unwell. The stolen glances across rooms full of dignitaries. The poems penned at midnight, never shared with the world, just for her. He doesn't need to shout his love. He simply is love, in the most royal form. There's a gravity to his care, an emotional intelligence rare in any man, let alone a prince. He senses shifts in mood, understands unspoken fears, and creates space for vulnerability. He knows that true strength is in understanding. And he treats every woman not as someone to protect in weakness, but as someone to respect in her strength. His love is not bound by ego, but lifted by humility. Sheikh Hamdan's love is a love that celebrates, not dictates. He doesn't try to change her into a mold. He loves her exactly as she is, fierce, flawed, radiant, real. He admires her fire just as much as her softness. He steps into her world with grace, never asking her to abandon her dreams, but rather, to let him walk beside her as she builds them. His affection becomes the wind beneath her wings. As a royal, his every move is watched, dissected. Yet when it comes to the woman he loves, his care remains untouched by the performance of politics. He's the kind of man who holds the door not for courtesy, but out of instinct. Who listens before he speaks. Who would rather lose an argument than cause her a moment of pain? His masculinity is not fragile, it's a force that uplifts, protects, and honors. His presence in her life is never about control. It's about consistency. He is there, not just when the cameras flash, but in the quiet hours when she needs someone to believe in her. He sends flowers not for show, but because he knows they make her smile. He writes her name into verses because she makes his world sing. His love is devotional, but never confining. To every woman he meets, royal or common, Sheikh Hamdan extends the same deep respect. He sees their stories, values their voice, and uses his influence to elevate their strength. His world may be built on tradition, but his heart beats for progress. He does not fear a woman's independence, he reveres it. And when he falls in love, it is with every part of her, her scars, her spirit, her soul. In Sheikh Hamdan, love becomes legacy. A legacy not just of titles and triumphs, but of tenderness. His love story is not just with the woman he's crazy about, but with the idea that real men uplift. Real love protects. And the real king is the one who kneels in awe, not before a throne, but before the strength of a